Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. By the mercy of Srila Gurudev Sadhu Maharaj and Jayananda Maharaj, they asked me to read and speak about the Temple of Love, which are collected talks and teachings from our beloved Srila Gurudev. And they say to me that I should continue reading from page 195, where they stopped. So, hello everyone, and welcome everybody. My Dandavat pranams to all Vaishnavas. Jai Shri Radhe. So nice to be of service. So I start reading. Devotee is saying and asking, what is the use of still keeping these live airs that are burning in the forest fire of separation within the physical frame? Najiva mi tvayavina. I cannot live without you. This is from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who is our Prayojan Acharya. So he is a very, very important Acharya, very important Goswami. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was showered by the Kripa of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and he is the one who was showing us the Prayojan, the goal of this material life. So his collected prayers and his collected teachings, especially this one which we are quoting from now, Najivami Tvayavina, is from Sri Sri Vilapakusumanjali, which is the swan song, which is the last collected prayers by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And he is the one who is the utmost and best teacher for Manjari Bhav Sadhana. And like Srila Gurudev always says,
how you feeling?
Vilapa Kusuman.
Yeah, it's good. It's time for the students to come.
Vilapa Kusumanjali is the manual for practicing Manjari Bhav Sadhana. So I continue reading. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was completely showered by the loving compassion of Sri Gaura Sundara, the embodiment of the flavor of love of God in separation, Vipralamba Gana Rasamurti. And for a long time he was one of the Lord's most intimate associates in his Gambhira pastimes in Jagannath Puri, where Mahaprabhu was completely in the path of Swamini Radhika. He was completely absorbed in the feelings and sentiments of Srimati Radhika, his primary reason for descending on this earth. So in the Gambhira Mandir, those have been the most intimate exchanges. And Raghunath, he was also there with several others, Swarup Damodar, witnessing these extraordinary pastimes where Sriman Mahaprabhu was in complete ecstasy and separation from Krishna in the mood of Swamini. So he was one of the Lord's most intimate associates in his Gambhira pastimes, as well as a personal witness of these unique pastimes of ecstatic love of God. In fact, he was there. He was so loved by Sriman Mahaprabhu that when he was completely renouncing all food, he was only eating the things which have been thrown out from the Jagannath Puri temple and which have been rotting, even the cows. they did not want to eat that prasadam, but Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he went there and he ate it. And so one time Mahaprabhu came there and said, "What are you eating? How can you eat this? Give me this. I also want this." Because he knew that it is completely filled with the love of Raghunath Das Goswami. So he took it also sometimes from him. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he was not very happy, but he did it. So Mahaprabhu loved Srila Raghunath Das Goswami so much. So now Gurudev is saying, when the devotee was reading this, Gurudev is saying, one thing, I am yours, is a lower mood. Because in this verse, Tavaiva asmi, najiva mi tvayavina. I am yours is in the verse. So now Srila Gurudev, he says, one thing, I am yours, is a lower mood. You are mine, is the higher mood. So why is this shloka there? Tavayavasmi. Why is this there? And I hear the Mahachan saying, I am yours. Because Radhika is saying to Krishna, you are mine. And this mineness, you are mine, is the mood of Braja, the mood of Radhika. And I am yours is the mood of Chandravali. But why is this happening? In shlokas, all the Rasika Vaishnavas are saying, I am yours. When I heard this, why I say I'm yours? I say this in a human stage, in bodily consciousness. I cannot say you are mine to Swamini Radhika in my bodily consciousness. The material body cannot say this. Oh, you are my Swamini. So Gurudev here is making this point that when we are in Sadak Deha, we are actually praying to be in the seva to the lotus feet of Swamini. So Gurudev is saying in this moment, in this consciousness, it is impossible to say you are mine. Because first of all, we have to come to the realized stage to say you are mine. First, we have to say, I am yours. Giving up all designations, giving up all bodily identifications. So Raghunath Das Goswami here, he is playing the part of a sadhak, showing us by example how we have to pray. I am yours. I cannot live without you. This means he is saying to us how we should practice Manjari Bhav sadhana. This is sadhana. This is our daily practice. In daily practice, Gurudev is saying, we cannot say, you are mine. We have to say, I am yours, until I come to the stage where I am fixed in my sthai bhav, where I am fixed in my svarupa avesh, the Guru given manjari form. And then, when we practice with this abhiman, with this identification, it becomes possible to say, you are mine. And we are in the camp of Swamini Radhika, not in Chandravali's camp. So we say, you are mine. Then only can we take care of our beloved Radhika. We cannot say this. As Tarun Govinda, I cannot say this. This is preposterous. This is arrogant to say, you are mine. But in Siddha Avesh, in Siddha Swarup, in Avesh of my spiritual body, it becomes natural to say, you are mine. Gurudev is saying the material body can say, yes, I'm yours. Why I am suffering in this consciousness? When will you see that I am yours? The moment I will enter in my spiritual body, I will say, you are mine. So Gurudev here, he's confirming, he's saying the moment we come into Svarupa Avesh, when we identify and when we realize and become aware of my female tender Manjari body. Okay. Can you still hear me? Can someone confirm that we are still audible?
Radha, we can hear you nicely.
Okay. Thank you. Because here we see all pictures are frozen. So please tell me when something is not okay, or if you want to share something, please come and say something. So Gurudev is saying, the moment I will enter in my spiritual body, I will say, you are mine. You are mine. Because then it is not it's not necessary anymore to say I am yours, because you already identify with your Manjari body. And then you can nicely say, you are mine. And this is the higher mood, Gurudev is saying. This is the higher mood because it's the mood when you become aware of your Sita Swarup, of your Sita Deha. This is the consciousness stage of the consciousness. This I am yours. When I'm in my material body, and then when I go in my spiritual body, then you become mine. I'm reading now Gurudev's words. No? And I have to take care of this. And then when I lose this service, you hear, Raghunath Das Goswami is giving us so many examples, and Baba is writing so many times, and then the spiritual vision of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami vanishes. And he cries for having this beautiful vision again and again. So Gurudev here is saying, and when I lose this service, I cry for that. My Swamini, I am not seeing her. I am not in service. And when I come back in my material body, I say, I am yours. I am yours. Why did you leave me? Bring me back again into my spiritual body, that I can always be in your service. And I can say, you are mine. You are mine. This is so wonderful. Thank you, Gurudev, for these very beautiful words. So beautiful, Gurudev is saying. Learning every moment. I am learning. I learn this when I am listening to this. Me too. So I was surprised that all the Mahachans say, I am yours. I am yours. Because then they are meditating in Sadak Deha to go in their Siddha Deha. So they pray like this. So the Siddha Deha, this is a very, very deep and very important point Srila Gurudev is making here. Because when they are meditating in Sadak Deha to go in their Siddha Deha, so they pray like this. So we were just reading Srila Gurudev and several devotees from Prema Bhakti Chandrika. What I practice in the stage of sadhana bhakti is the same what I practice when I am become perfect in Sita Swarup. The only difference is now it is in an unripe stage, and when I come to the stage of realizing my Sita Deha, it is the mature or perfected stage. So that what I meditate upon during my daily sadhana will become the goal of my life. It will become perfection. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he said that we should all practice and follow Srila Rupa Goswami, the associates of Vrindavan, in our Sadak Deha. For us, this is Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Rupa Raghunatha Pade, Ahoy Beakuti. We follow in our Sadak Deha, in our material body. Every day we take Anugatya, shelter of a chosen associate of Vrindavan. Srila Rupa Goswami is saying in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and this chosen associates are Srila Rupa and Srila Raghunath. And who is the representative of those two beautiful Goswamis? This is Srila Gurudev. So Rupa, Raghunath in our Sadakdeha. In our Siddhadeha, again we follow an inhabitant, a Atmika devotee, a perfected soul of Vrindavan, who is eternally living in the shade of Krishna's lotus feet in Vrindavan, in eternal Golok Vrindavan. So, again, for us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Rupanuka, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, this is Srila Rupa Manchari and Sri Rati Manchari or Tulsi Manchari. So in our Sadakdeha, material body, we follow Srila Rupa and Raghunath, and mentally, we conceive of our Guru-given spiritual body, and there we follow Rupa and Rati Manchari in Anugatya of our Guru Manchari. Actually, this is the essence of Manjari Bhav. This is the reason why Sriman Mahaprabhu descended and gave us what his most special gift. This is Unatotshvala. Unatotshvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. This gift to follow in our Sadakdeha, Rupa Raghunath, and our Siddhadeha, Rupa and Rati Manjari and Guru Manjari. This is the highest gift a jiva, a living entity, can attain. And my Gurudev said every living entity is qualified to practice Manjari Bhav sadhana by the kripa of Sriman Mahaprabhu. And Gurudev is saying this here so wonderfully. So when we have this mood, when we have this, because then they are meditating in Sadakdeha, Gurudev is saying, to go in their Siddhadeha. So they pray like this. And when they are in Siddhadeha, they don't talk. They say, inside, you are mine, because they have realized their spiritual identity. But when I come in my physical frame, I say, I am yours. I am yours. And I cry for that. What mistake did I do that you want to send me back to my physical frame? What offense was it? What kind of mistake did I do? I don't know much. Please help me. I am yours. I am yours. Gurudev is going on. Understand? He says. And when I go in my spiritual body, in service, then I say, you are mine. I don't want to leave you. I have no other goal. This means being fixed in Sthayi Bhav. To have no other goal. Gurudev is always saying, don't play ping pong with your mind. Don't go from Sakhi Bhav to Sakhya Bhav to Vatsalya Bhav. No, stay in Manjari Bhav. Stay at the lotus feet of Guru Manjari and Swamini. We are Radhik Sneha. We are devoted to the lotus feet of Swamini. So Gurudev is saying here, you are my goal. You are the shelter. I have no other goal. So we can only say these words from Srila Gurudev. We can only say, if we are fixed in our Sthayi Bhav, if we are fixed in our Guru Nishta, in our Ishta Nishta, and finally in Swarup Nishta. Nishta means full, strong faith. It starts with Guru Nishta. Otherwise, why would we read this book? We have to fix our Guru Nishta. Fix it. And from that, he will show us our Ishta. Srimati Radhika, Ishta Nishta. And from that, we can develop our Swarup Nishta. Without Swarup Nishta, those are all interdependent. All are together. The whole package, so to say. I have no other goal. You are my shelter. You are my goal. I have no business, Gurudev saying, with others. Because you are mine. I want to die for you. I want to live for you. 24 hours a day. I want to be in your service. This is a very high platform. And this is this yearning. This is this yearning from coming from deep lopa, from deep greed, from deep nishta, that I can say, I want to live for you. I want to die for you. 24 hours a day. I want to be in your service. So now we may be discouraged and we may think, oh my God, how can I do this? How can I practice this? I cannot do this 24/7. But we can all do what we can do. We can start and try to improve. And like Gurudev is saying, the best way to do this is sadhu sangha. And the best sadhu sangha is in Vrindavan with Sachati and Snigdha devotees, loving devotees who are all in the same mood. Without having this association, trust me, I realize this bitterly, you have no power performing Manjari Bhav sadhana. You have to have association. I'm preaching also now to my mind. But this is important. Otherwise, this nishtha will not develop. It will not develop. We cannot say you are mine. We cannot even say I am yours when we are not fixed in our bhajan. When the mind is completely occupied with material things, it is impossible to say I am yours. And this Gurudev is saying is the lower stage. So when we are in material consciousness, we cannot even say I am yours. So we have first of all to come to that point when we can say I am yours. That means to practice nicely. And then we can say I am yours and pray that all these material considerations will go away, that I can say you are mine. No other goal. There is no other goal, Gurudev is saying. So that means this Dahi Bhav, this Bhavolasarati. Bhavolasarati means to love someone even more. Love for Krishna is the highest rati. But there's one deeper knowledge, one deeper secret inside this Madhurya Ras. Love of Godhead in Madhurya Ras. That is, when this love is transferred to Srimati Radhika, and you love Radhika more than you love Krishna. This is called Bhavolasarati. The highest gift Mahaprabhu came to give us is exactly this Bhavolasarati. This fixation on the lotus feet of Swamini is the crest jewel of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. This is the secret and the most beloved and the most valuable teaching of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and all others. This is the highest goal. Radhik Sneha. Some have more love for Krishna. Some have equal love. Visham Sneha means I love Krishna more. Sam Sneha means I love both equally. And Radhik Sneha means I love Swamini more. This is our platform, our point. This is our road to perfection. This is our goal. Gurudev is saying, I don't want to have another goal. And then I come back again. Then I cry, I am yours, like a baby is crying. Gurudev is saying, I am yours, Mama. Why do you want to leave me? And Mama takes me in her lap. And when Mama takes me in her lap, I say, you are mine, Mama. This is a beautiful example. The baby has realized the perfect shelter, the lap of Mom. So Swamini, oftentimes Swamini is said Swamini, actually when we are on the lap of Swamini, what does that mean? We are completely sheltered by the compassion. She is the embodiment of compassion. And when we sit on her lap, this doesn't mean we climb on her lap. It means we are in the ocean of her compassion, engulfed in the waves of her compassion. We are fully entrenched in this wonderful nectar that she is all around us. This means actually sitting. And then we can say, you are mine, because we have realized where we are. We are at her lotus feet. Like a baby is crying, I'm yours, Mama. Why do you want to leave me? And when Mama takes me in her lap, meaning when we are taking full anugatya of Guru and Guru Manjari, we can say, you are mine, Mama. But Gurudev is giving more. Similarly, there is the difference between Siddha Deha and Sadak Deha. Which condition? Which words are coming? Which condition? What is the consciousness? I am burning and suffering, and you don't take care of me. I am yours. I accepted myself as yours. So why don't you see me and take care of me? Others are torturing me. For example, the threefold miseries of material life. Don't you see that I am yours? I'm full of pain. I am yours. And you don't see me? What type of mama are you? Such beautiful realization come to me yesterday evening when I was talking and thinking about this. Go on. Gurudev is saying then comes soon. So Gurudev here is completely describing samsara dava nanalita loka. Now the samsara, the burning in the forest fire of material existence. Only in this condition can we cry out like Gurudev is crying out here. He is showing us by his own example. Others are torturing me. I am full of pain. What is this meaning? This means we are in bodily consciousness, like me, every day. We are in godly consciousness. So we have to cry out, I am yours. Please take care of me. So this is actually not free from selfish desires, because we order, we say, please take care of me. I suffer. So, but when we transcend this frame, when we transcend this, when we go beyond and we come into our spiritual identification, it changes. And then we can say, you are mine. So Gurudev is now saying, go on. I suppose they are reading from maybe Vilapa Kusumanjali, I think so. So devotee is now reading. Advanced loving devotees can understand from this Gambhira Leela, this is from Baba, how sweet the Lord is, how dear he is to the heart, and how powerful is the attractiveness of his love. How many anxious endeavors the devotees make to see him, and how full of sweet nectar is that silent and motionless swoon of ecstatic love in the end. Even now, the loving devotees become unsteady when they are rocked by the high waves of the naturally severe love and separation, as they remember the silence in the Gambhira cell. So we have to imagine this. We have to think about this, how brutal and how horrible was the feeling of separation Mahaprabhu had in the mood of Swamini, being separated from Krishna. This is the highest stage of Manjari Bhav. Higher it cannot go. If I remember correctly, he banged his head on the wall many, many times until he bled. Until he bled. Remember this. Have you ever had an experience like that? Me not. So separated from Krishna that he bangs his head on the wall. Mad. Where is Krishna? I cannot see him. Radhika. He is completely absorbed in the mood of Swamini and separation. Gurudev is, Baba is saying here, so much endeavors are undertaken to realize, to be together with Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is the best example. Here in the mood of Swamini, he is in the Gambhira cell with his servant Govinda, day and night, not sleeping, not resting, always saying, where is my beloved? Where is my beloved? Completely crazy in love. So this is the highest stage of separation. And then there is silence in the Gambhira cell, Baba is saying, because Mahaprabhu realizes It is not possible. He has desperate feelings. He cannot attain Krishna. So silence is there. The following pitiful sound is always entering their ears, breaking the deep silence in the Gambhira, this temple in Jagannath Puri, where Mahaprabhu spent a lot of years, like the dim chirping of a cricket. So now Mahaprabhu was so desperate, he breaks the silence and he screams, "Where shall I go? What shall I do to get Prachendra Nandan? Where is the flute playing Lord of my life?" Unbelievable. He is completely out of his mind, sitting in a cell in Gambhira and longing for his beloved. This is Radhika in total and utter separation. Now Gurudev is explaining and saying, Gurudev, this is Radhika who is saying this. The devotee is not saying this. Chaitanya in Radha Bhav is looking for Krishna. When you see Chaitanya, you see Radhika. If you don't believe this, you will never understand Radhika. If you don't believe, you will not get the mercy of Radhika. You see, Radhika is feeling separation from Krishna. Where should I go? What should I do? Where will I meet you? Where will I find you? One pointed. This was Lord Chaitanya's stage in the Gambhira. So Gurudev here uses strong words, but he makes a good point. If we don't understand that Mahaprabhu came in the mood and sentiments and the bhav and the luster of Swamini Radhika, we can never understand the true meaning of Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. What he came to give. He placed that in the heart of Rupa Goswami to distribute to all living entities. And what did Rupa Goswami do? Following the principle of parampara, he put it in the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami, who then showed every living entity the highest goal, the Prayojan, Manjari Bhav, in alliance to Srimati Radhika, particularly Radhika Sneha. Ujjvala Rasam Svabhakti Shriyam is nothing else than loyal service as a kinkari to Swamini, which was never given before. And if you don't get this, like Gurudev is saying, if you don't understand this aspect of Sriman Mahaprabhu's descension, he himself wanted to taste this nectar, to taste the sweetness, and to taste this greatness of Srimadika's love. And he displayed this in the Gambhira to the utmost extent. So he bled from his head. And Gurudev is saying, why do I take the shelter of Radhika? Because she is the teacher how to be one-pointed. Eka, you have to be Eka Bhav, one-pointed. No one else can teach this in our life, Gurudev is saying. Gurudev shows, because he also is a kinkari of Radhika. He is Guru Manjari. And he prepares us to enter in Radhika's service. You know, everybody knows this very wonderful verse from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur when we sing every morning. Nikunjayu no radikeli sitya yaya lipi yuktir apekshaniya tatrati daksharati valapasya vande guru sri charanara vindam. So here Gurudev is saying, this is Guru Manjari. She brings us to Nikunja Lila, Nikunja Yuno Radikeli Sitya, where the love and amorous pastimes of Radhika and Krishna take place. He is the navigator. He is the one who takes us there. Nobody else can do this. We have to understand this. Gurudev is saying many, many times. He is also a kinkari of Radhika, and he will bring us to the lotus feet of Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari will go with us and say, look, This Guru Manjari brought this beautiful young Manjari, now prepared and ready for the seva to your lotus feet. This is the way of the Rupanuga Gaudya Vaishnavas. Guru Manjari, Rupa Manjari, Swamini. This is the way how it goes. This only can happen when we are one-pointed. Because she is one-pointed, and Gurudev is also one-pointed. Radhika makes strong nishta, because she is one-pointed, and Gurudev is also one-pointed. They are teaching us how to be one-pointed in life. We are many-pointed. Gurudev, you are so special. Creating these beautiful words. We are many-pointed. Yes, everyone understands. And they are one-pointed. We have many points on our papers where we look at, but actually there should only be one big fat point. Big fat point. They are one-pointed. Without becoming one-pointed, one cannot become a manjari. Yeah. This is the recipe for success. Without becoming one-pointed, one cannot become a manjari. And we have to fake it until we make it. This is the way the material pundits bring out their super successes and super secrets, but we know that already. So we have to practice in sadhana bhakti what we will have in prema bhakti and bhava bhakti. Without becoming one-pointed, one cannot become a manjari. And if one doesn't understand one-pointedness, Gurudev is saying one cannot be a Radhika Dasi. And without being Radha Dasi, where one cannot see her, what she is doing. Only the manjari is qualified to be with Radhika. Raghunath Das Goswami in Braja Vilasa Stava is saying that only the manjaris can enter into the nikunjas of Braja, where Radha and Krishna are playing their loving pastimes, because she doesn't feel shy before them. So only the manjaris can see and be with Radhika, because they are one-pointed and they have the same mood. They are tadatmika is the term for this. They feel the same Swamini feels. There is this beautiful example everyone knows, that Rupa Manjari, the beginning of Vilapa Kusumanjali, Shri Rupa Manjari has bite marks on her lips. And Radhi Manjari is saying, oh, Shri Rupa Manjari, what happened to you? Have you been bitten by your husband? No. These bite marks appeared on Rupa Manjari's lips because she witnessed the loving pastimes. Sometimes it's called the erotic battle between Radha and Krishna, and sometimes they even bite. So that's how it is. And she witnessed that Radhika's lips have been bitten by the passionate lover of Krishna. He bit her lips. So then, Rupa Manjari is so much in one-pointed, same mood, equal mood than Radhika, so tatatmik, so close, like a shadow, that she not only feels the same, but gets the same physical experience on her lips. So this is this one-pointedness. Only a manjari is qualified to be with Radhika. Devotee now is continuing. Whom shall I tell? I think reading from Baba's book. Whom shall I tell? Who will know of my distress? Without Brajendra Nandan, my heart breaks. Raghunath Das Goswami is always immersed in this vast ocean of love and separation, because he stayed with the Lord for so long in his pastimes in Puri, sticking to him like his shadow. And the Lord has mercifully infused some of his great loving anxiety into him. In great anguish, Sri Raghunath Goswami prays to Swamini's lotus feet. How much longer can I live, cast away from your lotus feet? Now again, we see this is Swarupa Vesh. No, sorry, Sadhaka Vesh. Sorry, this is now Raghunath Das Goswami again in Sadak Deha. How much longer can I live? Feeling cast away from his lotus, meaning driven away, not at the lotus feet anymore. Cast away from your lotus feet. In this life, I have never offered myself to anyone else's lotus feet. Understanding this, please quickly take this fallen maidservant to your lotus feet now. Hearing Raghunath Dasa's anxious cries, all the creatures in and around Radha Kunda are crying with pity. Imagine this. Just let it sink in and imagine sitting at Radha Kund is Raghunath Das Goswami, and his cries, everyone is moved and with pity. So you can imagine how far the fire in the heart of Goswami part is burning in separation. Wow. Then the devotee reads, Srila Raghunath Das, and then Gurudev interrupts and saying, you see, Raghunath Das is seeing Radhika even in Chaitanya. Chaitanya means consciousness. And Chaitanya means that you are in Manjari Swarup. So Gurudev here beautifully in one sentence summarizes the whole teachings of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Beautiful. Chaitanya means consciousness. And Chaitanya means that you are in Manjari Swarup. So there is this Chaitanya, this consciousness, understanding and realizing who Mahaprabhu really is, brings you to Manjari Swarup. There's no other way. He only came to give us this one. No? The often we hear it, the better we can realize it. This is his only wish for the living entities. And just imagine how merciful it is. How utterly merciful, because before Mahaprabhu's appearance, nobody knew about Pavalasarati. Nobody knew about what is going on in the Nikunjas of Braja, Radha Kunda. Nobody knew. Chandidas, Vidyapati, and the great poets, Jayadev, they knew about Sakhipav. They knew about amorous pastimes, but never to the extent Mahaprabhu, you can say, offered or revealed to us. No way. This is the highest. When you remember Rai Ramananda and Mahaprabhu talking, at one point, Mahaprabhu closed the mouth of Rai Ramananda. This is too much, he says. We cannot go further. Not possible. That is the example, but it goes further. So we are very lucky, especially now sitting in Vrindavan, you realize it, even with 35, 36, 40 degrees. You realize how fortunate we are to understand this, what Gurudev is saying in one sentence. Chaitanya means consciousness, and Chaitanya means that you are in Manjari Swarup. Bas, finish. And Chaitanya means that you, and a Chaitanya means that you are in bodily consciousness. A is always used to negate, no? To negate, to say no. So non-Chaitanya, to be non-conscious, actually Gurudev is saying to be non-conscious means that you are in bodily consciousness. Bodily consciousness. And Chaitanya means that you are, that Gurudev is now saying, not I, and Chaitanya means that you identified your soul and you live in your Manjari Swarup, your spiritual body. That is the stage of consciousness. Actually, the very highest consciousness. Unconsciousness is when I come to my bodily consciousness, material consciousness. Then we have many goals in our lives, Gurudev is saying. Of course, Dharma, Artha, wealth, what is the other things? Karma, moksha, liberation. So all these things will play theater in our head when we are in our consciousness, when we are not conscious. who Mahaprabhu really is. Then we have many goals in our life, Gurudev is saying. So Chaitanya is teaching how to come to me, to Radhika, how to become conscious. You will know the way how to take shelter of me, and I will show you the way of Radhika. Gurudev goes on, Gauranga. Gauranga means golden. And Radhika's name is Gaurangi, also golden. The inner feeling of Chaitanya is Radha Bhav. The golden color is Radha's color. In between, Krishna is living. Like you take two sheets of bread and you put the cheese in between them. Chaitanya is like this. Inside Radha, outside Radha, and Krishna somewhere in between. This is Chaitanya. The mood of Radhika is very, very deep. If you see the Pancha Tattva, Mahavishnu is Advaita Acharya, Vishnu and Shiva together, Mahavishnu, and Narada is Srivas, the guru of all universes. What are these two doing? They are praying. In the picture, you see them with folded hands. What does that mean? They are praying, saying, before we have been worshipping Narayan, Krishna Tattva, but now we understand that Radha Tattva is higher than Krishna Tattva. And the other three, Gurudev is saying, Gaura is Radha, Nityananda is Ananga Manjari, and Gadadhar is the energy of Radhika, Radha Shakti. Radha Shakti means Radha's power. That is Radha Shakti. What is Radha Shakti, Gurudev is asking? Prema. Love is the Shakti of Radhika. So, that points to Bhakti. Bhakti is comprised. What is Bhakti? Bhakti is two energies. Bhakti is a combination of the Sambit Shakti and the Ladini Shakti. Sambit means who am I? And Ladini Shakti is ever blissful. So these two energies combine in Bhakti. Know who you are and be happy. You can say this is Bhakti. Sambit Shakti means I know who I am. Sanatana Goswami taught this in his books. Who am I? And Ladini Shakti is actually, Radhika is the personification of Ladini Shakti. And without Ladini Shakti, there is no Bhakti at all. No Bhakti. So without the mercy of Swamini, there is no Bhakti. Especially Raganuga Bhakti. There is no chance to enter Raganuga Bhakti without the mercy of Krishna's devotee, Rupa Goswami is saying. So Radhika's mercy is actually this Ladini Shakti. Enabling us. We cannot do anything. We cannot do anything in Bhakti. But the mercy of Swamini, how is the mercy of Swamini coming into our hearts? By the grace of Guru and Guru Parampara. Very deep and very important principle. Without this channel, unbroken and pure, from Lord Nityananda's lotus feet, from Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet, Majanava, Gadadhar Pandit, whatever, coming down to your Gurudev and into your heart is coming this wonderful, wonderful bhakti. And what bhakti? Raganuga Bhakti. And how? In Manjari Bhav. This is actually the whole essence of the teachings of our Acharyas. Gurudev is showing here with the example of the Pancha Tattva, that this is actually only possible by the mercy of Radhika. Gaura is Radha, Nityananda is Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is also a very important personality together with Rupa Manjari. She is a Saki and Rupa Manjari is a Manjari. But she is very important in our life too. She is the sister, right, of Swamini. So she is one with Swamini. So we also need her blessings. And Nityananda is the one who is responsible in our daily life. in our earthly existence, Nitai is everything. So without the mercy of Nitai, we cannot get the mercy of Radha. Why? Because without the mercy of Nitai, there can be no mercy of Gora. And without the mercy of Gora, no mercy of Swamini. So Nityananda is the gatekeeper of the mercy of our Swamini. And who is the representative of Nityananda? Guru. Guru's lotus feet always remind us that he is the true representative of Sriman Nityananda Prabhu, who was even mercifuler than Sriman Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu wanted to kill Chakaya and Madai, sever their heads of him Sudarshan Chakra. Nitai said no. And imagine the sins they have done. So no, he said, let them get also your prema. So Nitai is so important. And same in Ananga Manjari's place also. Very, very important. Radha Shakti means Radha's power. That is Radha Shakti. What is Radha Shakti? Prema. Love is the Shakti of Radhika, Ladini Shakti. This beautiful, beautiful power of bliss. And when you combine this with samvit means just the knowledge. There is Sandhini Shakti, which means I exist. There is samvit Shakti, which means who am I? And there is Ladini Shakti, bliss. I am happy. I exist. I know who I am, and I am happy. And these three energies help us to come to the understanding. And when you combine samvit, knowledge of who I am, in our case, our spiritual body, with Ladini Shakti, Radhika's mercy, Radhika's power, we can realize Manjari Bhav. That's what we said in the beginning. Our Siddha Deha can only be realized by the mercy of Radhika. And of course, in our case, their devotees, Guru and Guru Manjari. This is the way, and this is also the goal. They, Advaita, Gurudev now continuing, they, Advaita and Srivas say, these three are my highest now. From now on, we will worship Radha, Radha Shakti, and Ananga Manjari. And this is all Radhika. Ananga Manjari is Radhika's sister, and Radha Shakti is Radhika's prema. And of course, Bhakti, which is a combination of Ladini Shakti and Samvit, results in prema. So of course, Gurudev is completely perfect answering. Radha Shakti is Radhika's prema. Birds, animals, plants, trees, they all can understand love. I once asked my Gurudev, is it also possible to practice Manjari Bhav sadhana in the West? And Baba said yes. Radhika's kingdom of love is everywhere. They can all understand love. So Radha Shakti is moving, and Gurudev is now saying the same thing. So Radha Shakti is moving everywhere, universal. There is no place where Radha Shakti is not present. Thank you, Gurudev. Very wonderful. If somewhere there is no love, there is negative behavior, only power, this becomes demoniac behavior. But Radha Shakti, prema, brings harmony and love. So these start worshipping Radha. There's no Krishna here. This is the teaching of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha herself comes as Chaitanya. She's covering Krishna. I don't want you to take the pain. So the feeling is Radhika. The covering is Radhika. And Krishna is in between, relishing that. Everybody says that Krishna is in all living entities. So why should he not live in the heart of Radhika? He lives in all living beings. And where Radhika is, Krishna should not be there. Where Radhika is, Krishna will be there 100%. But the main thing is Radhika. When this understanding will come about Chaitanya, everything will be crystal clear. Meaning that when we realize that Mahaprabhu is the embodiment of Radhika's bhav, and he only came to give us this bhav. He said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said that Mahaprabhu saying, I didn't come, that people worship me in awe and reverence. No, I want to be worshipped in Raga Marg, the path of passion and love. This is the very secret teaching. When you come into contact with Rasika Vaishnavas, they open up the treasure house of these hidden and very confidential meanings. And we are lucky that we have such a treasure house still with us here, Srila Sadhu Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, and my Gurudev is also here in his other form. So we are protected from beginning to end when we understand who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very beautiful. Everything will be crystal clear. All his pastimes are prema, and prema is the name of Radhika. Love is the name of Radhika. Every place you see the love at work, that is Radhika. That is beautiful. So when we see love, it's nice. When you see this loving people in the world, you can always remember Radhika that way. People hugging each other, people greeting each other, people being nice to each other. This is all the function of Ladini Shakti Radhika. Happiness. Very beautiful. She is the original goddess of love. It can be in a church. It can be in a mosque. It can be in any place. Why not? It is universal. Without Radha Shakti, nothing can work. And that is love. Devotee now, quoting again Baba. If anyone wants to share something, please feel free. I'm sorry if I continue, but nobody's saying anything. So maybe it's okay. Please interrupt if I say something wrong or if there is anything, please. Srila Raghunath Das, Baba is saying, Srila Raghunath Das has given up eating and sleeping. And he is crying constantly. His heart burning in the fire of separation. Although he has almost fainted, his lips dry, and then Gurudev says, why in his heart he is burning? When he is so elevated. Gurudev is now playing devil's advocate. Raghunath Das is suffering? Tulsi mantra is not suffering. There are two. There is two in one. Yes, the material body is burning. Why is it burning? Because, why did I come back here? This is really a burning place. So I need to enter in my spiritual body. Now, what will I do? The only thing is burning in this material world. Check yourself. I burn, you burn. Everybody is burning here because we don't know any other place to go. So we don't move for that. But if someone, out of the grace of Gurudev, Srila Sadhu Maharaj, Srila Gurudev is making here this very wonderful point. Again, we sing every morning, or most of us. Samsaradava Nanalita Loka. The cloud bank of mercy is raining down the nectar. And who is this cloud bank of mercy? It's Mahaprabhu, of course, and here, in this song, it's Gurudev. So this burning fire, samsara, the burning fire of material existence can only be drenched and quenched by the mercy of Srila Gurudev. But if someone, Gurudev is saying, out of the grace of Gurudev knows about this alternative place, that is nice, because when you know, even if you don't get Siddha Pranali, don't lose hope, because you can be assured that there is another body waiting for you. Close your eyes and imagine that there is another body. It helps. Not every day, I have to admit, because sometimes the material energy is too strong, but it helps very, very much to know that there is another body, an eternally perfect, undestroyable, not sick, not diseased, not anything. He is waiting for us as a merciful gift of Sri Gurudev. But if someone out of the grace of Gurudev knows about this alternative place, he doesn't want to burn. They want to move out from this burning. I have an alternative arrangement. Oh, I am living in this room and there is no electricity. Or it is a very burning place. Then I will move to another place. If I have another room, but if I have no room to go, good, a fantastic example. If I have no other room to go, how will I go? If you have no chance to understand that this material body is not all, it's not everything, but our spiritual body is all, and it is everything. We have this alternative dwelling place, this place where we can escape to. At least I can speak for myself. I don't do this often enough. We have to try to do this as often as possible, especially in the morning time. I have no room to go. How will I go? Then I have to stay outside in the sun because I have no room. But
Radhe, Radhe.
creates one room for you. Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, you hear me? Say loudly.
Can you speak
Can
louder?
you speak loudly? No answer. Radhe?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can you speak loudly, please?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Mic is very fast.
Okay.
Mic more close.
Mic more closer, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Better now? Is it better now?
Better. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Radhe.
Sorry. But if I have no room to go, how will I go? Then I have to stand outside in the sun because I have no room. But Gurudev creates one room for you. That room is divine, spiritual. So Gurudev is giving us here the example that actually by his grace we receive this beautiful, beautiful Manjari body. Gurudev is saying your Manjari Swarup is this room. Right or not? That is the right one. And when you enter in that room, all your problems will be gone. So Gurudev in the beginning said, then in this room, we can say you are mine. And then we have achieved this. We cannot say anymore, I am yours. You are mine. This room is your Siddha Deha. And then devotee is continuing reading. Although he has almost fainted, Raghunath Das Goswami, his lips can still tremble and say, Na jivami tvaya vina. I cannot live without you. Gurudev is saying, you see, I cannot live without you. I am yours. I am yours. Because I am in my material body. You throw me out. I am yours. Why did you throw me out from my Siddha Deha? I cannot live without you. I am yours. Right? Yes or not? Yes. Who has a little taste by the grace of Gurudev? It's not possible to do this alone in this life. Thank you, Gurudev. This is a very, very important point. You can have one little stick and it breaks very easily. But you have 20 little sticks, you cannot break them very easily. So we need sadhu sangha. Gurudev is saying here, you cannot do this alone. Therefore, we need sadhu sangha. And Gurudev is not doing this alone. By the grace of Radhika, she inspired him. And then Gurudev inspired you. Parampara. It's a chain. Parampara. It's a kinkari. It's a dasi. One-pointed. She does nothing alone by herself. Here Srila Gurudev is hinting at the principle actually of anugatya. In the Sadak Deha, we are in shelter. And in Siddha Deha, we are in shelter. Sadakdeha, Gurudev shelter. Siddhadeha, Guru Manjari shelter. One-pointed. She does nothing alone, by herself. The Siddha Purushas are always fixed with their Swamini. Siddha Purushas means those who have attained Svarup Siddhi. They do everything one-pointed, by her mercy. This is the seriousness and the surrender to Radhika. So Gurudev is saying, don't take this for cheap. It's not something easy, but by the kripa of Guru, it is possible. They don't do anything by themselves. So, very interesting. This is actually the opposite of the material world, where everyone is doing everything by themselves. Me, I, me, and mine. They don't do anything by themselves. For themselves also not. Very altruistic, selfless. If they did it by themselves, they would not be surrendered. So we can check ourselves every day. How much am I surrendered is? How much I try to do it by myself without taking shelter of the lotus feet of Guru. If they did it by themselves, they would not be surrendered. How can a surrendered person do something by himself? Imagine one leaf floating in the water, and you say, come near to me. The leaf has no way to come. If the water is floating in your direction, it will come. If not, you have to go the way where it is floating. So Guru's mercy is like this. Shelter is like this. Direction. This shelter and the mercy will make the leaf floating to you. So Guru's mercy is like this. Shelter is like this. I will go where it will bring me. It's not my decision. It was my decision when I was in my material body and consciousness. When I surrendered it, it is no longer my decision. And that floating leaf cannot say to Swamini, I want to go left or right. No. I am a dasi. How can I say this? So the mantra always is depending on the kripa of Radhika and the orders. I am living in your mercy. You destroy me or you keep me. That is the point. That is the shelter. Radhe, Gurudev is saying, devotee, Srila Rasika Chandra Das thinks, you are my goal in life or in death. I am yours. I am yours. I understood that my life is useless without you. I simply wander around carrying this life as a heavy burden. O Goddess, know that you know this. Please accept me as a tiny maidservant. Grant me a place at your lotus feet. Alas, when will the pleasant shade of your lotus feet console the afflicted heart of this maidservant? So Gurudev, we will conclude now with Gurudev's words. It's already quite some time. So Gurudev is replying to this poet from Sri Rasika Chandra Das. Jai, maidservant, then you are not in I am yours, but in you are mine. And as we explained before, this is a different stage of consciousness. As soon as I am a maidservant of you, you are mine. I don't see anything else but you. Because you are mine, I am your maidservant. When I was in Sadakdeha, I was saying, I am yours. I am yours. Why did you throw me out from being your maidservant? But when I'm in Siddhadeha, as your maidservant, I say, you are mine. I always want to be with you, and I don't want to leave you. Don't throw me out. If you do, I will cry like a baby is crying when the mother says, go out with others. The baby cries, I am yours, mother. I am your baby. And when the mother takes the baby in her lap, she says, you are mine, mother. The baby says, take this toffee in your mouth. You are mine. I will play with you. I will live with you. You are mine. Never throw me out to suffer. This is our Svarupa Avesh. Gurudev is saying here, this lamp, to be in this ocean of the compassion and the mercy of Radhika. This is our lab we have to be in every day. This is our Svarupa Avesh. By the Kripa of Radhika, we can feel this wonderful Avesh. Avesh actually means awareness. To be aware that there is another room, Gurudev is saying. There is another room waiting for us. Beautiful room. No burning, no suffering. Only bliss. This is our Svarup Avesha. Awareness of our spiritual body. And in our awareness of the Sadhaka Avesh, I am yours. I am yours. Take me back to you. If I am an offensive, bad person, I do mistakes. Don't become so much angry that you throw me out. Don't throw me out. It's like throwing out. This is Sadhak And bringing near you is your Siddha Deha. Jai Nitai. This is the end of verse 96. Thank you so much, Gurudev, for this beautiful, beautiful nectar. If anyone has to share something, any comments, any questions, feel free. Forgive me if I did something wrong or said some mistakes. I beg for forgiveness. Any sharing, comment? Silence of Gambhira. I think it's a lot to meditate upon. It's nice. We all should go now in our other room. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Go.